All right, what's going on, everybody? Let me know if you can hear me, please, so we can get going here. A little later than usual. What's up? Good morning. Oh, yeah, that sax is nice. Oh, I even made it early. What's going on? Cajun, thank you. Thank you. What's up, Ben? What's up, Dan? All right. Once I know you guys can hear me, let's get going. All right, cool. All right, so before we start, first things first, drop some of those names you want to take a look at in the sidebar. We'll do a quick rundown on the overall markets. Then we'll get into some individual names for this Friday. Just had non-farm payroll drop. Shortened week, as you know. Hopefully everybody had a good day away from things yesterday. But we'll get back at it. Now, just a little schedule update. I'm going to be away, so this will be the last morning show until next Wednesday. So I'll be back on Wednesday. But in the meantime, this will be the last one. So do me a favor, share this, like the stream if you're on YouTube or X or Rumble. Drop that like, share it however you will, and let's get going. So first things first, let's get this screen share going, and we'll get underway here. Where are we? Here. And what's going on? Morning. All right, so let's stop that share. Good. Yeah, sure. All right, yeah, we can look into that for sure. All right, so first off, let's get into All right, I'm getting a little better with these transitions and such. I will become a professional at this very soon. All right, so here we are on the weekly time frame. Last candle on that weekly. Okay, important to look at. All right, so right now we're forming a bullish weekly order block at the moment. So unless something really drastic happens today, it looks like that's the way we're going to paint. Starting to leave that bullish weekly fair value gap right here and expand higher. Now, something that I like to echo is that when we are at all-time highs on whatever it might be, whether it's NASDAQ, whether it's, it doesn't matter, Apple, Google, NVIDIA, whatever, it makes things a little bit more difficult to kind of forecast to the upside due to the fact that we've never been at that point before. And if we've never been at that point before, there are no resting stop orders or any liquidity up at these levels at this point, right? So that's why you'll never catch me saying, I think NASDAQ's going to 24,000, right? I could think it's going to continue to go up, but a specific number I do not have. And the reason I do not have that is just due to the fact we've never been there. There's no liquidity at any specific points other than that 20,496. That's our all-time high. So for us to stop where we are, if we were to go to a smaller time frame, what had to have happened if we stopped dead in our tracks here, right? Somebody had to have shorted that, right? It's the only thing that could possibly make sense. Or took profits right at this point, and they're offering lower prices to try and entice people to kind of get back in. But at this current point, there really is no it's pinpoint 21,250. I think we're going there. I think that's just kind of crazy talk. So that's where we are on the weekly. Let's move over to the daily. So while we did form a daily bullish imbalance here to the upside, we got into it so far and currently above that level. If we were to mitigate one of these levels, I don't think that would be the greatest sign, right? I'm just like looking forward and kind of forecasting, right? I don't want to see any bullish levels mitigated, and if I'm bullish, and the reason for that is once we rip one down, price is likely to retrace down into discount of the range, and this is a very, very big range, right? That would also a break and hold of that would create a bearish breaker here on the daily time frame. So just some things I'm watching. There are two bullish fair value gaps here. So that's a good thing for bulls. Now these are just ideally where I'm looking to not have any flip, right? These are also pretty big levels too, all the way down to 259. That would be a pretty dramatic move in order to fill that daily fair value gap there. Onto the hourly, of course, similar situation. Now, the hourly range, if you were to go from the initial run, is massive yet again. So the run that took out these highs right here would be from this low to go to each high and just confirm that there was no 50% retracement, and there has not been, right? So our believe it or not, our hourly range is shaping up perfectly with this discount bullish fair value gap right after these little lows that are just kind of hanging out. These are relative equal lows, right around 50% of the range. Doesn't mean it has to happen today, but coming up, I wouldn't be surprised if we were to sweep this, get into discount of this hourly range. Also, you'll notice this is a bullish breaker. You have your low, high, lower low, break up and through. So far, so good. So this is currently like that hourly setup. Now, at what point would I feel confident that we are actually going to see some sort of retracement down into discount of the range? Let me see some sort of imbalance on a higher time frame. Once I see one of those, then I'll feel fairly good about seeing some sort of discount in this overall range. Now, we can also take a look over here at SPY or ES. ES is the futures ticker for SPY. If anybody is unfamiliar with that, we have a untouched, beautiful, bullish fair value gap right here. Have not yet gotten to it. That was kind of my expectation early in the week, and clearly was proven wrong with the strength that we saw. But that's just something that I'm throwing in the back pocket, maybe for later. Let's scroll over here to the daily time frame on ES. Very similarly, took out that high. Also have this daily bullish fair value gap there, and you have a bullish imbalance here as well. So there's back to back. You'll notice that price did hold on to this previous daily fair value gap really well. Sat around in it for a while, but ultimately took off from it as well. Let's move on down to the hourly and just make sure that we have this mapped. Here it is. Okay. And hold up. Whoops. There it is. Okay. You'll notice mitigated some of these bearish levels. First attempt rejection, second, third, finally makes our way up with an explosive move at that as well, and chase liquidity. Now here is your overarching hourly range. What do you see here? This is what we were dealing with for a bit. What do you see here? Low, high, discount retracement, bullish imbalance, little turtle soup action as well, sweeping the previous low, and boom. So my model completed here on the hourly time frame for the S&P. Now let's do this right here. This is our current range. What was the low that took out this most recent price run here? And there it is. Okay, we took out these relative equal highs with that price run. That is my current range. Just like NASDAQ, you have some discount bullish imbalances here. And we tagged this one already, so I wouldn't really value this all that much, but we did tag it, and we also did leave relative equal lows behind. This is from Wednesday. So this is where we currently sit with ES or SPY as well. And that is my overall little analysis here on the overall market, right? So following that data, we were pretty volatile, and currently we are well off those highs that we made early this morning. So so that would be the overarching grand scheme of things there with NASDAQ and ES. So let's see. 3 drives, turtle soup run for highs. Yep. Oh, that too. They're trading lines. Good eye. Yeah, that was on the ES chart as well. Yep. All right. So let's take a look. Let's see some of these names again. If you haven't already, please share this stream. Viewership garbage over the last couple of days. Let's get that back to where it was when we first got this going. Let's also drop some names that you guys want to look at here. We could pull up names that I'm looking at too, but I want to make sure we get in some of these other names first. So the first one's going to be App. Let's take a look over here. I'm just going from higher time frames to make sure I'm as precise as I can be here. All right, so here's App. Nice. You will notice that on the monthly time frame, we just took out the final imbalance here, creating a monthly bullish volume imbalance or gap higher. Very nice. Whoops. There you go. Okay, there's your bullish volume imbalance higher following taking out our final bearish level. Buy side liquidity rests at 116.09. Yeah, it's pretty nice. So let's come back over here. Let's go to the weekly on this name. Let's see if we got any weekly levels in the mix here. Okay. Oh, we must have charted this a while ago. Um, hmm. I'm not sure. Anyways, look how we slowly but surely grind through all of these. So any imbalance that you see under this 50% mark, we would view those as nothing more than kind of just a roadblock or a speed bump, right? In premium, those are when imbalances tend to fail as a result of it's technically overpraying for your short, right? Um, we can take a look over here, right at 50%. We banged into it. Took us 3 weeks. Finally make that imbalance move up and through. There it is. You will notice that after reaching this bearish volume imbalance, we rejected down into a bullish imbalance right here. Finally making our way up and through. Again, another situation where we created an imbalance up and through. There it is. Price retraces back into it. And so far, so good with a volume imbalance on the weekly chart. Nice. Okay. Filled up all of these weekly imbalances. We don't have anything left. No, we do not. Yeah. This is a nice look here. A little late to the party, right? It would have been more ideal to get that weekly imbalance here, but not bad at all. Let's come over to the daily. Similarly, we're chasing buy side here. 88.50, and from that, let's just zoom back out a little bit more. What do we have here on the daily time frame? Are there any big imbalances that we should kind of keep an eye on? Let's see this first one here. Let me just change the color. Red here, red. There we go. Look at this. Perfect. Here's another. Okay. And whoa, here. Okay. And it really could be here, right? Sometimes you might see me. I tend to pair on individual names. Like if we have a bearish fair value gap and a bearish volume imbalance, I tend to just pair them so I don't have to like double map it, right? I know what I'm seeing, and now you guys know what I'm seeing. So, all right. So following this sweep at 88.50, we do have another daily imbalance. There are some daily imbalances in between, but on the higher time frames, we don't have much of anything, which is pretty encouraging for bulls, right? So here's your hourly final look at this name. Okay, a little bit of an extended run here. So let's look. Price run that took out that high here is from this low. Let's see. Up. No. Yep, no discount retracement whatsoever here. Okay. So yeah, this is where we're currently sitting. You'll notice we had another fair value gap that was respected right there for more expansion. Now again, we know buy side is right over here. And just for fun, what do you see right over here? What was the price run that took out all of these, right? From your low to your whoops, high. Discount retracement, turtle soup. Whoa. There you go. I'm sure there's an imbalance there. Let's zoom in. Zoom in even more. Okay. We got a few here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe a little, just a small one. But there it is. And there she goes for the ultimate completion of my model to take place here at 88.50. So that's where we currently sit. That's where I think it's going to end up going. I mean, it's only $1 away at this point, so not the best risk reward in that situation, but that is all right. Okay. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, Disney. Sure, let's look at Disney. Good discussions about Disney over the holiday. Yeah, Disney is deep discount. Yep. We'll look in a second. Oh wow, so YouTube's doing well. Cool. And good on their occasion. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. If not, I heard you'll lose money today. I like that. All right, so let's move on over. We got Ivan up early in the morning. That's when you know. All right, let's go over here. We'll get Diz cooking. Disney Monthly. check where we currently sit. There's your shift in structure. There's a bullish breaker, low, high, lower, low, break up and through, retracement back down into the breaker. And for anybody who doesn't know about breakers, I just posted a video on it. Um, you can check that out, of course. But really, really powerful setup that you see in the market. So right now we're holding on to the bottom of that breaker. We are in discount of that most recent run. So far, so good. Let's go over here to Disney on the weekly. Okay, very similarly, low, high, discount retracement, bullish imbalance. There it is. All lines up. Very good. You do have a bearish weekly imbalance overhead. That is okay. But that is following, right? If this was an initial rebalance to touch this, I would anticipate it going down. But the fact that we reached our discount retracement, this is not like an area I would be looking to short. This is a bullish trend still, just on a larger time scale. So that's Disney there on the weekly. Here's daily. Disney as well held on here for dear life to your little daily volume imbalance, very similarly in discount of your bullish range. Okay. Let's see Disney hourly. Okay, let me clear this out. It's been a while. And here we go. Again, your overarching higher time frame trend is bullish. Now, one way that you could look is into this is say, well, look, I don't know if we've really reached our, higher time frame discount requirement. We could go lower, right? There are imbalances lower, but what you could do is look for some smaller time frame shift in structure that you can use as a basis for the trade idea, right? So we did take out this high here with this price run from low to your high. Notice how there was no discount retracement there. If we expand that just a little bit more, this is where we currently sit. Still premium, but here is your bullish imbalance on the hourly time frame. That in itself could be structure right there. So Disney overall, definitely a higher time frame setup, but I think a good one on the higher time frame for sure. So that would be Disney. Oh, look at this! Now everybody's coming out of the woodwork right as we get towards the end. All right, yeah. Good morning there, Carl. Yeah, it was a good day, very good day for sure. Thank you, Sojourn. Welcome back. Fatih, Bitcoin. What's the bullish scenario? Sure. So what I'm kind of looking at on Bitcoin here from this point, and when we get to the weekly, I'll show you like where we rejected. Totally made some sense. And if we were to look from just a overarching monthly perspective here, I should do this and just map the entirety of our range here. So let's see. Here it is. Whoops. Okay. Now you'll notice monthly range is pretty massive. Okay. We are in a monthly bullish fair value gap. If we go to the weekly, you're going to notice that the bottom of that imbalance right at 49,000 actually lines up with discount in the range. Not quite your monthly. Your monthly range is really, really big. But let's come on over to Bitcoin. So honestly, at this moment, you asked what was the bullish case on Bitcoin, and I don't really have one until we get down into discount of this bullish range. Until then, it's going to take some time. But anyways, here's your little weekly bearish fair value gap that we rejected, right? What happens? You form the first bearish imbalance, right? And odd nam comes into play, the inverse Mando model, where we look for one imbalance to the inverse side of our overarching trend. You got your tag into it. There's your big rejection off of it. Now, for me at least, I'm looking for a discount retracement. So 49,357 would totally be an area that I'm looking towards. And that would be just my Bitcoin idea there. Okay, let's look at coin. Sure. Coinbase. Okay. Obviously gapping down thus far. We did tag this monthly bullish imbalance here on coin. No imbalance at the moment where we currently sit. Do we turtle soup and get deeper into that imbalance? That's a possibility. Now, the tricky part about coin in relation to a lot of these other Bitcoin names, like specifically the miners, is technically on a much higher time scale, Coinbase has a bearish structure, right? And I'll just go through my model a few times here, and just you're going to see, why I say that. So your initial price run from those all-time highs at IPO to your low, There's your retracement into discount. This is a bearish imbalance. There it is. There's your run through lows, and that is a completion of my model for the first time. Now here will be your second range that's mapped, okay, from your high down to your low that took out these lows, bearish trend. Okay, here's your retracement into a discount bearish imbalance right up in here. This would be a discount bearish imbalance. Now, here's the thing. This is a relatively newer company, right? Do you have expectations that this company is just straight up garbage, or at some point do we get some sort of shift in structure on like an all-time basis here? And we tagged this imbalance and responded nicely. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean we can't come back down deeper into this bullish imbalance here. But we did just reject that premium bearish imbalance and kind of just consolidating right at 50% of the range. So a little bit more of a make or break type of situation for me. And again, like in this name in particular, Coinbase follows Bitcoin way closer than say a Mara or a Riot or a Coin and MSTR. I'm sure MSTR is getting absolutely whacked today, this morning as well. But that would just be Coinbase. MSTR, sure. Let's look at MSTR, and then we'll do Netflix, and then I'm getting off. Okay, MSTR. So obviously down $100 to start. You do have this imbalance deeper. Now, does that mean if Bitcoin were to retrace lower into discount, does that bring us here? That's probably likely. But now you have relative equal highs up here as well, right? So if we do end up getting that retracement, all you're doing is just getting a discount retracement into a bullish imbalance, which I call a gift. Okay, and that's on a monthly time frame. Now let's go to Netflix, map it all out. So yeah, Netflix all-time highs, I believe, right? Let's just confirm. Yeah, 700. That's where I think it's going. That'd be a buy side sweep on Netflix. Let's go to a smaller time frame here. There it is. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, held previous bearish imbalance as bullish thus far. Also got into this bullish fair value gap right here on the weekly time frame and have started leaving. The most encouraging situation for bulls would be a close above that 69 or 68993, which was the high from 2 weeks ago. That would be the most encouraging on Netflix. Let's come over here to Netflix. Daily, let's remove those old drawings. So we took out this high with that price run rather large. We did get into a daily fair value gap here. So anything that's stopping us from all-time highs at this point is likely going to be a smaller time frame. So let's come on over here. Let's just make sure. Yep, just a bearish order block here on the daily. All good, all good. And now let's come on over here to the hourly. And let's see. Do we have any? No bearish imbalance here either. Let's just zoom in. Yeah, Netflix doesn't really have all that much going on. You have a bullish volume imbalance there on the Netflix hourly. Let me just see if we can get a little bit more of a clear image. This is a filled bearish imbalance that we've yet to break over. And this is a filled bearish fair value gap that we've yet to break over. I do not anticipate these causing all that much of a problem. Let me just look at the 4-hour really quick. See if we get any more insight. Not so much, no additional insights there. So ideally you get a straight shot, but there is this untouched 4-hour fair value gap below. You also have relative equal lows and this bullish imbalance. So while I think it's going higher, this is just not a discounted price run or anything like that. So it doesn't really line up for me at the moment. That doesn't mean that it can't go higher. It just means that oh, and look at this 4-hour imbalance right here. Okay, there it is. So yeah, it just doesn't really line up with my model all that much, but that's okay. All right. So for everybody who joined, thank you, appreciate it. Everybody who liked, shared it, also appreciate that. But we will be back on Wednesday. Like I said, I'm going to be away for a couple of days. Probably not going to be posting much on Twitter as well, so I won't have any recap. The newsletter, I'm going to take the week off as well. everything will get back after this week, or until next Wednesday, I should say. I'll be back pretty full until like the end of August. So we'll get back to going hard, but I'm taking a little few day hiatus here. And yeah, so like I said before, there is a video on YouTube that I posted yesterday. If you want to check it out, I think it's really insightful. I had somebody try and say, "Oh, it's all bogus. It's all after the fact." I just responded kindly, and I was like, "Okay, well, I have the receipts. Just shoot me a message on X. I will share every one of those where it's tweeted in advance, and then but I'm still waiting. So everybody can talk a big game, but when I slap back, especially when it's a kind slap back, and it's just like, hey, yo, just, I have the receipts if you want to see them. But of course, as always, no answer. But I won't delete the comment. I'll leave it there for everybody to see. In a little bit, I'll just go back and maybe drop like a cricket emoji or something like that. Where is it? I have a cricket sound actually. But it's just you know how it goes. I'll drop on one of these. I'm just waiting, just waiting. But yeah, exactly. I mean, it's posted months in advance, and then there's no revisionist history with Mando. Sorry. All right, but anyways, thanks for everybody who joined. I'll catch everybody next week. Have a good weekend and good luck today.